Hey Mario, Corey Creative Habitats here. Let me introduce you to our job site. So, customer wants to do a patio and fire pit over here. This is an existing patio, and the elevation change from this patio down to about where the fence is, this is about a 5 foot elevation change. There's another perspective of it right there. And when you can see the lake pond right there. So the house sits right here, and ideally my view would be that when people sit around this fire pit, they're looking out in this direction. A little claustrophobic looking this way, more claustrophobic looking that way. Here's an overhead view of everything. So I'm thinking that they walk down off the deck, down the stairs, onto the concrete patio, walk through here. You have the new fire pit patio. With the fire pit, one of the things I like to do is have a wall that comes up, and then you don't, instead of the traditional round fire pit patio, this affords the opportunity to take a 5 or 6 foot log, throw it in there, and you've got a backdrop of stone, and then you do your chairs around this. And then, of course, the view is the long version of the pond. Customer also likes to go fishing, so I know this pathway here will be something that he uses a lot. One version of this is we round out the bed line, and this is all full of plants. Originally, I was like, man, we got this pond. We can pump up to a garden pond here. They have grandkids that live nearby. You could, from the deck, look down on a garden pond. The garden pond would be elevated about 2 feet with a waterfall and water that wraps around. It goes under this walkway, and then recirculates back through the pond. I would probably have it terminate here, go through a pipe, and then come out through here so as not to interrupt the turf. Customer, however, has said, hey, we don't want a garden pond. I'm going to still show this to them just because I think it would be an amazing feature, and the ideas are free. In terms of grass stays over here, but this grass serves absolutely no purpose. I know we don't want to fill this up in this location with a lot of taller trees that will block view of the pond, but we could probably put some height here and then go a little bit lower. What gives me tension, though, is there's a lot of space that I certainly would not want to fill this in with a lot of ground covers or small things that weeds would grow in and give them a maintenance nightmare. Potentially native azaleas and beautyberry, things like that could go well in here because it's not going to block view. But I certainly wouldn't want to put any kind of trees. Even though there's a tree here and a tree here, these are limbed up and it allows your view to the pond right there. I included this photo because I think it's relevant. Throughout their whole house, it looks like this. To me, it's sort of busy, but that's their style. So I thought that was relevant. This gives an idea of elevation change. If we did do a pond, that pond would have to be brought up about 2 feet with a waterfall. It flows underneath the walkway around the patio here, underneath the walkway again, and then out to the other pond. These are my ideas in terms of how this all flows. I don't know. I don't think they're satisfied with the concrete. They talked about covering this with flagstone, but I at least drew in here what matching this surface, and then we'll see what they want to do from there. It just depends on money and their style. And that ends my tour of my ideas. Look forward to getting your feedback. Thank you so much.